so great to be here. I give a funk, and the groove is really, really in my heart. And I want you to think about, what do you give a funk about? What do you care about? It's so important just to have something special in your heart. And let me tell you why. I break it down into 3 categories. The first one, I call it RAM first of all, R-A-M. The first one is reason, the second one is aim, and the third one is matters. Reason. My husband, Bootsy Collins, you know who he is, right? Well, he used to go to King Records. This was at 1640 Brewster Street. He would knock on the door, he would knock on the door, he would knock on the door. Finally, someone said, "Who is this kid knocking on our door?" They happened to let him in. Inside was Mr. James Brown. Bootsy, his reason, he knew that he had a gift, the gift of music, the gift of playing the bass guitar. So he was so moved and so motivated to let Mr. Brown know that he could possibly be his bass player. The next thing he knew, Mr. Brown decided to let him in. The rest is history. Bootsy Collins and his band became the studio band for Mr. Brown. Next thing he knew, he was on a Learjet and he was going to Memphis to play with Mr. Brown. So his reason was his passion for that music. Aim. Every day, you as an individual, we hope that you make a difference by just caring for someone, giving a funk about someone. Opening a door, like when you're walking through the door and the door is gonna slam, just hold it open for someone. You could do that. A smile, a neighbor, ask them, could I go to this door for you? Any of that. Aim to help someone tomorrow and the day after. Matters. Well, does it matter that I give a funk? Yes, it matters that I give a funk. Did you know that by caring and giving a funk, what's going to happen for you is your heart is going to spill out all of this joy and happiness. It's actually a healing factor that's going to help you, and you. I'd like to tell you about the Bootsy Collins Foundation. What happened 3 years ago, Bootsy said to me, "You know what? I think we should start a foundation." And I said, "Well, what would it be about?" He said, "I want it to be about caring for children, instruments." I said, "Well, that sounds groovy to me." So what we did 3 years ago, we started the Bootsy Collins Foundation. Our mission, say it loud, an instrument for every child. So what we do now, we have shows, we go around the world, and before our show starts, we ask a school to come, and we have all of the audience bring an instrument. And those instruments are donated back to the children at the end of the show. And I'll tell you, we have smiles and laughter and crying, and it's such a joyous occasion. So again, what are you going to do? You're going to, I give a funk. Can I hear you say that one more time? I give a funk. I'm sorry, one more time. I give a funk. And you know what? I give a funk about you, every single person in this building. Now, we've got a little special thing that's going to happen tonight. Acoustic guitar that Mr. Bootsy Collins has signed. There are, I think, oh, here they are. And you know what they did? They were kind enough to be interviewed and asked what they give a funk about. So Holly, what are we going to do now?
Well, what we're going to do is they each have a number, which you can't see from the audience, but I can see up here. And we're going to ask them to each tell you what they give a funk about, and you are going to vote for the best one, okay?
Wow.
And the best one gets the guitar. So I don't know how many of you came alone or with friends. Those who came with friends might have an advantage. I'm not really for sure. Here is what you just, ooh, careful. TEDx drama. Just pass the mic down as you go. Actually, we're going to start over here. Who has number 1? Why don't you go to the front of the line there? Who's 2? You got 2, 3,
I love
4, and
this.
5.
I love
Does that
it.
make sense, Patty?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
So here's what we're going to do, number 1. Go ahead, tell Patty. If you're nervous, just look at Patty. If you're not, you can look at the crowd. But remember, crowd participation is, you got to have the crowd with you, all right? So,
I give a funk about helping people express love to each other.
Thank you.
that was your number, that's number 1. Okay, let's go number 2.
Hey guys. I give a funk about being a genuinely good person to other people and being kind.
Yes.
All right, number 2.
I give a funk about making Cincinnati a more livable community.
All right, number 3.
All right, for all of those of you who have children or want children, I give a funk about educating kids on nutrition so we can get rid of childhood obesity and childhood onset diabetes.
All right, number 4. Number 5.
How's everybody?
He's trying to get you
Thank
behind
you.
him. You see that?
You're my friends, right? I'm a good person. I give a funk about great design. I give a funk about great design because it brings people together, but more importantly, it can be used to make people care about things that they may not really pay attention to until they show up and they understand.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, ready? Who wants number 1? Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Oh, wait, whoa. And number 5. What do you think, Patty?
Goodness.
You think it's number 4? That's what do you guys think? Is it 4? Or number 4, you win.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody. It was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh yeah. What's your name anyway?
God bless you.
What's your name? Scott is the winner.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So Scott is gonna, he
Scott.
told me backstage if he wins, he's gonna have to learn how to play the guitar.
Thank you.
So thank you to everybody. 1, 2, 3, Scott, and 5. Thank you. Woo! Can you go this way?
It's like that.
And thank you, Patti Collins. Woo!
Sometimes